Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't gas, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 setup shop.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth. Joining me tonight are once again the voices inside my head alongside my good friends, myself and I. as we are back with the Wild West Racing League ARCA series here on Monday nights here in New England as we tackle the infamous Lime Rock Park out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League. Ashton Hayward, Joe Wells, new recruit to the league in Joe Wells. Mike Lovelace up to third, Krishan Elliott in fourth. A lot of fast cars out here tonight in this road course race in the ARCA car. Going to be a very interesting race for a lot of drivers out here tonight. 18 cars currently in the session as we have 5 minutes left to go. Let's take a look at some track information. 1.5 mile circuit just shy. 506 feet above sea level and 35 mile an hour pit road speed limit. We're going to be doing 20 laps out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. Going to be a great night of racing as the drivers go in for their pre-race drivers meeting. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Let's take a look at some temperature information with the weather. 65 degrees in the air, 105 on the track, making it very loose, but it will hopefully rubber in throughout the 20 laps we will be racing out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. As you get a bit of a look at my own race car right there in the number 82 machine. Apologies. Wild West Racing League brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation Red Light Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Setup Shop, Tier 1 Wraps, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Coming to the end of practice out here tonight as we look on board the 3 of Joe Wells, ready to go into qualifying out here at Lime Rock Park in its more basic configuration, trying to make sure that everybody has a fair chance at actually making around this racetrack. Let's see who is going to be brave enough to tackle the racetrack first. Keith Ayers' first car on track in the number 19 Brunt Chevrolet. Off of pit road down into turn 1, trying to get that number 19 ready to go racing. Jump up to copter cam. Round turn 1 into turn 2 and through the S's. Off of turn 3 now, into the S's now, my apologies. Not the best at track maps outside of ovals. Through the S's now, past the Paul Newman straight. Up the hill, little bit of airtime. Up the hill into the second to last turn, sweeping right-hander. Trying to keep it nice and tidy. We roll down the hill into the final corner. 19, nice and wide off the last turn. Charging down the front stretch, green flag is out for Keith Ayers in the number 19 machine. Braking nice and early down into turn 1, really hard on the brakes in the number 19 Brunt machine. We go around through turn 1 and into turn 2. 19 trying to keep that car nice and square around these corners. Those curbs, the concrete curbs here, are killers. They will reach out and grab you if you're not too careful. 19 putting on a good show at the moment, though, keeping the pace up without overdoing it. We go around the corner and up the hill once again, down the top of the racetrack. Around the second to last turn and down the hill under the bridge. Around the final corner now. 19 of Keith Ayers with the opening lap, nice and wide off the final turn. Using all of the curb, trying to make sure he can use as much of the racetrack. 19 of Keith Ayers down in 4th at the moment. Trey Smith, Marcus Kaiser, Mike Lovelace, Krishan Elliott, and Joe Wells ahead of him. We go for another flying lap. Let's see what he can do this time. See if he can make an improvement. Trey Smith off the racetrack. That will be the end of his qualifying run out here tonight in the ARCA League at Lime Rock Park. Mike Presley down in 7th, excuse me. I can't read tonight. Up over the hill once again, nose lifting high off the ground. We charge up the hill and along the straightaway into the second to last turn. A little bit of a slide from 19. Down the hill we go again into the final turn now. 19 all the way across the curb, right to the dirt. Charging down to start-finish straight. Let's see if he improves. 19 of Keith Ayers up to 4th at the moment. Great run from the 19 of Keith Ayers. Joe Wells on the pole with a fantastic run. Let's jump down to Blake Cuttrell in the number 48 machine. Up to 7th. Must have had a dirty first lap. Dakota Henderson on the racetrack now. Mike Presley still last car qualified at the moment. 5 Dakota Henderson down the start finish straight. Let's see what he can do. Henderson up to 8th at the moment with another flying lap to go. Tanner Ensign up to 9th. Ashton Hayward back out on the racetrack now. Justin Bell, Brighton Coleman, Scott Rush, Nick Daughtery, Peyton Burkett, and Mike Daughtery yet to set a time. I'm thinking about it. It might be helpful to do that so we're not waiting on me by accident, because I keep doing that. My apologies. 5 Dakota Henderson. Up the hill we go, past a sweeping right-hander, a little loose. We go up the hill and down that straight into the second to last turn, and down the hill we go under the Toyo Tires Airstream Bridge. Around the final turn, Dakota Henderson trying to keep it nice and tidy right all the way to the end of the curbs once again. Past the start-finish line, Dakota Henderson does not improve, holding 8th place at the moment. Ashton Hayward, only other car on the track at the moment. Hayward in the number 99 machine. through turns 1, 2, and 3, all the way over the curbs, using as much of the racetrack as they can through the S's, past the Paul Newman straight, into the uphill turn. A little bit of airtime once again. Oop, radio issue from the number 99. Oh no, that's because qualifying ended. My mistake. Almost half the field failed to qualify out here tonight. It is 30 laps, my apologies. 30 laps of racing here at Lime Rock Park. Let's get a look at the grid. Joe Wells up in front, Krishan Elliott alongside him, Mike Loveless, Keith Ayers, Marcus Kaiser, Trey Smith, Blake Cutroll, Dakota Henderson, Tanner Ensign, Gavin Daughtery, Mike Presley, Peyton Burkett, Mike Daughtery, Brighton Coleman, Scott Rush, Ashton Hayward, Nick Daughtery, and Justin Bell. There are 3 Daughteries in this race? Holy crap. Just to try and help get the session going that little bit faster, we're going to be jumping into the car and then jumping straight back out. Waiting on Blake, Mike, Ashton, and Justin Bell to join the race. Only 3 cars left to grid. $56, $99, and the 8 yet to spawn into the race. 99 just spawning in now. 35 spawning in. Justin Bell will miss the race. We get ready to go racing here at Lime Rock Park. 30 laps of green flag action out here at Lime Rock. Surprised more cars are not trying to get their tires warmed up as we go around the formation lap out here at Lime Rock Park. Take another look at the weather. 104 degrees track temperature out here tonight as we roll behind the Porsche safety car. Out here at Lime Rock Park, there will be no cautions unless it is a red flag-esque scenario out here tonight at Lime Rock. Try to keep things rolling as best we can. Road course racing is going to lead to contact. This place is very narrow, especially in these ARCA cars, going to make it just that harder. We roll up the hill and around the turn. Up to the top of the hill, around the second to last right-hand turn. Down the hill we go. Joe Wells and Krishan Elliott on the point for the start of this race. Down the hill we go. Everybody gets settled in early. Pace car's lights are off. Down pit road it goes. 30 laps of green flag action, ready to go racing here at Lime Rock Park with the Wild West Racing League ARCA Series. Green flag is in the air and we are racing. 30 laps to go here at Lime Rock Park. Down into turn 1 we go. Whole field spreading out already. 3 of Joe Wells really running away with it. Everybody through turn 1 pretty clean for the most part. As we watch them roll off of turn 1 into turn 2. A couple tight technical corners and these interesting thing called right-hand turns. Ooh, scary in NASCAR Cup cars of any series. Joe Wells putting on a good show though. Mike Loveless and Krishan Elliott behind him. 3 of Joe Wells leading the way strongly at the moment, already almost a full second ahead. We go through the second to last turn. Tanner Ensign, Presley, and Blake Cutroll. Huge one on the backstretch. Jump back and take a quick look. Trey Smith, caution is out. Take a look at what happened. 44 of Tanner Ensign. on board with now. Going up the hill, 51 in the 5 behind him, 44 spins out, 48 right there with him. Comes straight across the racetrack, clobbering. I believe that is Trey Smith. Where is Trey? There he is. 51 of Trey Smith also had an accident on his own at the top of the hill. Car completely destroyed. Let's take a look at what happened to him. Lost it off the second to last turn. Bounced across the racetrack. Nothing they could do about it. Just carnage everywhere. Caution is out. The thing we were trying to avoid. Peyton Burkett also involved. Tanner Ensign and Blake Cuttrell staying out. Trying to keep things going here at Lime Rock Park with the Wild West Racing League, brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owned and operated, Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Broadcast also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Mike Presley, Blake Cuttrell, and Tanner Ensign all down pit road this time. Not sure what that was. Big technical glitch. Trey Smith and Peyton Burkett trying to catch back up to the tail end of the field as we watch these guys roll down pit road. Flagman. We trundle around behind the pace car here at Lime Rock. .44 Tanner Ensign just off of pit road on the edge of your screen there. 1 minute 30 seconds behind the rest of the field. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing this time by here at Lime Rock Park. Joe Wells still leading the way. Kershawn Elliott, Mike Lovelace, Marcus Kaiser, Keith Ayers. Come on, you. Thank you. Dakota Henderson, Gavin Daughtery, Ashton Hayward, Nick Daughtery, Mike Daughtery, Scott Rush, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Trey Smith, Peyton Burkett, Blake Cuttrell, and Tanner Ensign. Justin Bell missed the start, and obviously I am not racing. Rolling around the second to last turn and down the hill, everybody getting settled back in, ready to go racing. Field getting spread back out once more. Tanner Ensign still a ways back. Gonna have one hell of a run as we go green once again. Joe Wells on the point, rolling up towards the restart zone we go here at Lime Rock. Everybody getting settled back in. Green flag back in the air. We are racing 26 laps to go this time by. And our Ensign catching up to the tail of the field. Nice and hard. Going without repairing the damage. Bold strategy from the number 44 as he jumps straight to the end of the screen. Joe Wells back up in front, almost a second ahead as we start settling back in. Mike Loveless up to second. Rashawn Elliott down in third now. Marcus Kaiser half a second back in fourth. Couple cars running over the grass a little bit as we continue around the racetrack here at Lime Rock. Back into the field, let's go down to Gavin Daughtery in the number 18. Down the hill we go. 4 teammates, I believe, are working together here. I believe they all are teammates. They are all running the same paint jobs, the 18, 99, 56, and the 14 are all running very similar, if not the same paint jobs, just with different numbers out here as we have 25 laps to go. 4-car team trying to make the most of what they have out here tonight. Whoa, we got a spinner. Keith Ayers around in the middle of the racetrack. Very bad position for him to be. There he is. Keith Ayers still facing the wrong way, trying to get it spun back around on the grass. 0 of Mike Presley going past him now as Joe Wells just coming around the final turn now in the good wrench number 3 Bumblebee scheme, I believe. That is an iconic paint job. I love that look. Mike Loveless right there behind him, only a second behind, trying to keep up out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. This is going to be a bit of a long one, folks. I can already kind of feel it. 24 laps to go this time. Gavin Daughtery off and on the track. Everybody starting to get spread out quite a bit. Ayers and Presley 28 seconds back. Let's take a look at what's going on with the 56. 18 way off course. Trying to get back on the racetrack without taking anybody out. 17 with a big slide off turn 3. 14 all the way down to the grass with a problem. 56 of Mike Daughtery trying to lead the way now in this small group at the back of the pack. Down the hill we go. 56 trying to hold a lead over his teammate in the 18, up 4 positions since the start. Ashton Hayward in the 99, few places up in 5th, is currently most improved car on track with 11 positions gained since the start of the race. In the number 99 of Ashton Hayward, trying to run some pretty good laps out here. Run down Marcus Kaiser about a second and a half ahead of him. We go up the hill all the way over the curb, just a little bit sideways, trying to keep things going out here tonight. Down the hill around the final turn, trying to really wind these cars out. Coming down towards 20 laps to go. Let's jump down to Tanner Ensign. Still with plenty of damage on that number 44 car, trying to conserve his fast repair as long as he can. Scott Rush right behind him in the Raiders Wasteland 04 Chevrolet. Primarily Chevrolet dominated field out here tonight. Mike Presley down pit road this time. Marcus Kaiser in the only Toyota, Peyton Burkett in the only Ford, with 21 laps to go this time by. Joe Wells leading the way around the second to last turn, and down the hill we go. Down the front stretch into the start-finish line. 21 laps to go for Joe Wells. Keith Ayers off and on the racetrack. Wells just dominating the field out here at the moment. Top 3 separated by almost 4 seconds. Ashton Hayward getting past Dakota Henderson. Keith Ayers down to the back of the pack. Mike Presley is out of the race here at Lime Rock Park. Not a great night for Mike Presley. Don't blame him. This is a very difficult track and car combination in the Wild West Racing League ARCA Series on a beautiful Monday night here in New England. Here at what is pretty much my local, quote, local, 4 hours away, 3 hours away. Yeah, 3 hours away. Road course. Next closest one is Watkins Glen. That's about 4.5 away. Rashawn Elliott falling back a little bit further. Starting to gain a little bit through the turns. Not by much, though, as Joe Wells continues leading the way out here tonight. Let's jump down to Wright Coleman in the number 4. Fighting the 19 of Keith Ayers. Not having a great night so far. Currently down 1 in 15th place. "19 laps to go. Blake Cuttrell has crashed. In the number 48, let's jump over and take a look. Up the hill, down the backstretch. In the Lowe's Monsters University machine. Spins it out off of the top of the hill. Almost comes straight back across the 17. Manages not to wreck him doing it. 51 of Trey Smith going on past. Jump back live. Let's go up to Trey Smith now in the number 51 machine. 48 of Blake Cuttrell right behind him. Coming down towards 18 laps to go. Trey Smith about 23 seconds down off the leader. We charge up the hill once again, trying to get that car going forward. Proven to be difficult for a lot of guys out here tonight. This is very difficult for a lot of drivers. Obviously, these ARCA cars not built to turn right, but at Lime Rock, very interesting, very unique racetrack setup. Makes it a little bit more difficult. 18 laps to go. That's the start-finish line now. Jumping up a little bit further, let's go to Rashawn Elliott in the number 91. Down off of the final turn, past the start-finish line now, still falling back off of Joe Wells, dominating the field out here tonight, 5.2 seconds back off of the 3 of Joe Wells, 91 of Rashawn Elliott. Blake Cuttrell off the track again. Back on. Running a pretty good pace at the moment, 14 of Nick Daughtery, a lap car just ahead of him. Might be able to help out with the draft out here tonight at Lime Rock. Not much of one, but it does help, especially on the front stretch. If he can stay behind this 14 for a little bit more, work with him and try to catch up to Mike Lovelace. Decides not to, goes around the outside into the second to last turn, and down the hill we go once again into the final corner. 16 laps to go at the line. Just ticking over that now, excuse me. '91 of Elliott trying to keep up with Mike Lovelace about 2 seconds ahead, about 3 seconds ahead, excuse me. Mike Lovelace really fast at road courses in any car, having raced with him a few times. He is immensely fast. Let's jump down to Tanner Ensign in the 44. Still running without a front clip at the moment. 0.44 and the 56 behind him. All the way over the curbs and onto the grass. 44 Tanner Ensign. He also got some damage to that left front wheel. That's certainly not helping him. 15 laps to go. Joe Wells still leading the way. Go through the S's and up the hill once again. Trying to run down the 56 of Mike Daughtery, trying to put him a lap down now. Two Daughtery drivers now down a lap. Nick Daughtery and Mike Daughtery in that order. Number 14 and 56 down in 16th and 15th. Brighton Coleman next in the sights for Joe Wells. We go down the front stretch, 14 laps to go here at Lime Rock Park. Apologies if this isn't the most interesting broadcast. This is just how road course racing goes. Blake Cuttrell off and on the track again. 4 of Brighton Coleman, 44 of Tanner Ensign, and the 04 of Scott Rush. All 3 Ensign Motorsports cars that are still in this race, trying to fend off Joe Wells in the number 3 of the G Lightning Motorsports Good Wrench number 3 Chevrolet. We go up the hill. Brighton Coleman letting him pass easy. 44 Tanner Ensign not going to have much of a choice. Has to get out of the way due to the damage on that car. Let's see what Scott Rush is able to do to try and fend him off. Down the front stretch, still trying to run down the 04 Scott Rush. Blake Cuttrell back off and on the track again. Cuttrell having a bit of a time out here tonight in these ARCA cars, trying to wrestle them around these dominantly right-hand turns here at Lime Rock Park. It's going to be difficult for a lot of drivers out here. 68 of Mike Lovelace just at the end of your screen there. Trying to get past the 4 and the 44 now. Side by side with the 04 of Scott Rush. Joe Wells putting him a lap down. 11 cars on the lead lap. Keith Ayers next one on. Next car ahead, Trey Smith off track. Let's jump down and take a look. Down in 8th place, running all over the curbs, 51 of Trey Smith. One of Trey Smith running down the 17 of Peyton Burkett just ahead of him. About 2 seconds up. 12 laps to go. Nick Daughtery off and on the track. Smoke from the 17. No, that might have been Nick Daughtery sliding off the racetrack. Somebody locked up their brakes, went off track there. What just happened? Oh, there you go. Back on board with Trey Smith. Apologies for that. Camera went over to scenic mode for a minute. Not sure why. Trey Smith still on board with. Let's jump up to Mike Lovelace in second place behind the 04 Scott Rush. 3 of Joe Wells, almost 5 seconds ahead of Lovelace with the 04 of Scott Rush between the two of them. We go down into turn 1, 10 laps to go. Tanner Ensign off the track and back on. 04 Scott Rush forcing himself wide, trying to stay out of the 68's way. Off of turn 1 into turns 2 and 3. A lot of ground to make up on Joe Wells with only 10 laps to go. 5.5 seconds behind and falling. Rashawn Elliott trying to get past the 04 of Scott Rush as well. 99 of Ashton Hayward right behind him. Pressuring for that P3 out here tonight. Let's jump down to this battle. 91 in the 99, down in 3rd and 4th. Trying to keep up with the rest of the field. 04 Scott Rush in the way at the moment. Scott Rush pulling to the inside of the racetrack. trying to get out of the way for these two as they roar on by. 9 laps to go out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. '68 of Loveless slowing down to Krishan Elliott. Still plenty of time for these guys to try and get into a battle with each other. Don't believe there will be any need for a pit stop out here tonight. Although on these tires, these guys are really going to want it with how hard these cars drive to begin with, especially after a long race on a road course. '91 of Elliott still holding off the '99, starting to pull away from him and reel in the '68 of Mike Loveless within a second now. We go through turn 2. Smoke from up the road a little bit. Joe Wells locking up the brakes a little bit. Got to be a little more gentle than that. We come into the dying laps of this race. Nick Daugherty down pit road. Mike Daugherty with a excursion off track. Nick Daugherty going down pit road. Mike Daugherty off and on the track again. 3 of Joe Wells just running away with it, 6.1 seconds ahead. Krishan Elliott closing in on Mike Loveless down the front stretch into turn 1. Of Krishan Elliott all over the bumper of the '68 within a half a car length over the top of the hill. '99 with a big slide off of the top of the hill. We go around the second to last turn and into the downhill section. Into the final corner we go. 6 laps to go at the line. Mike Loveless with a slim lead over Krishan Elliott. Elliott trying to get the draft within 0.3 of a second. Tanner Ensign has crashed and is off and on the racetrack. Probably a big one for Tanner Ensign. Let's jump and take a look at what happened there. 44 Tanner Ensign letting the 5 Dakota Henderson by. Trying to keep that car going down in 14th place. Loses it in the same spot he did before. Managed to get it stopped this time as he managed to get it spun back around and onto the racetrack once more. Not a great night from Tanner Ensign. Mike Loveless still under pressure from the '91 behind him. Trying to use all of the racetrack and all of the grip he can find to get back out there. Peyton Burkett with a wreck and down pit road this time, '91. And the '68 still fighting it out. 18, I believe that is. Yes, of Gavin Daugherty. Letting them both by on the outside. 5 laps to go here at Lime Rock Park. Joe Wells leading the way. '68 of Loveless still under pressure from the '91. '91 all over the back bumper of that car. Really trying to put the pressure on. Dakota Henderson off the road. Joe Wells leading the way with 4 laps to go out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. Down the front stretch, 3 laps to go for the number 3 of Joe Wells. Only 9 cars on the lead lap. Blake Cuttrell currently last car on the lead lap. 3 of Joe Wells coming back around, going to put Tanner Ensign another lap down out here tonight. 44, Tanner Ensign struggling to keep that car going. A lot of damage to it, missing its entire front clip. Blake Cuttrell next in the sights to be put a lap down. Of Blake Cuttrell seeing Joe Wells in his mirror as we have 2 laps to go here at Lime Rock. His goal at this point is going to be not going a lap down to our leader Joe Wells as we go through turns 2 and 3. We're going to ride on board with the 3 of Joe Wells for the final 2 laps out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. Great speed from this number 3 car out here tonight. Fantastic masterclass style racing from him all night. Started on the pole and will finish on the pole, running the iconic Dale Earnhardt number 3 on the Bumblebee Ski Wood Wrench machine out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. Around this second to last turn and down the hill into the final corner. Down the front stretch we go. White flag is in the air, coming back no matter what. Brighton Coleman, Gavin Daughtery having a problem somewhere on the racetrack. They're both off into the grass. 3 of Joe Wells trying to wrangle this car around the course one more time. Let's actually jump on board to Gyrocam so you can get an onboard look for the majority of the lap out here tonight at Lime Rock. See what these guys are going through out on the racetrack, trying to keep this thing going straight. Up over the hill, down the hill, into the final turn. Down the front stretch we go. Joe Wells crosses the finish line and wins here at Lime Rock Park. Mike Lovelace will hold off Krishan Elliott and Ashton Hayward. Coming in second and third, Ashton Hayward down in third. Mike Lovelace in second. Fantastic night of racing. Let's get Joe Wells in here. Joe Wells, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Pat?
Congratulations on a fantastic debut win out here tonight in the number 3 machine. Talk us through it. You led every lap and got the pole.
Yeah, man. I mean, coming into the league, knowing that the first race was going to be at Lime Rock and the ARCA cars, wasn't necessarily confident. Went in and did some practice sessions with the G Lightning boys earlier, and still, I mean, you can ask them. I didn't have my confidence when it came to it, and somehow I figured it out there with qualifying, and was able to kind of get a good enough gap and keep everyone behind me while I could.
Well, I'd say it worked out for you in the end. Congratulations on a fantastic debut win in the Good Wrench number 3 Bumblebee Skiing Machine out here tonight at Lime Rock Park. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the guys for having me in the league. Thank you to all my G Lightning brothers. Love all of you guys to pieces. Shout out Tanner for putting on the league. Shout out you for doing this broadcast. And feels really good to get a win in the 3 car, especially in a paint scheme that I made for Dale Earnhardt's grandson, and got to run in Daytona and to get a win on the service, and it makes it even a little bit better.
Congratulations once again. Thank you for joining us up in the booth as Trey Smith, team owner of G Lightning Sports, joins you on the start-finish line. We'll let you burn it down. Congratulations once again. Thanks for joining us up in the booth.
Thank you, brother.
Let's get Mike Lovelace out here tonight. Let's get him in here. Oop, where'd he go? There he is. Mike Lovelace, this is Pat Wilkinson up the booth. You got me.
Got you loud and clear, Patrick.
Mike, congratulations on a fantastic P2. You were really reeling him in towards the end there. Had some great battles with Krishan Elliott and Ashton Hayward holding on that second place. Congratulations. Talk us through it.
Yeah, after that second restart, taking Krishan early on in turn one, I think really was a smart play and a good play on my part. It really gave me a little bit of ground, and then Joe just gave us all a master class on how to get around here in these cars. I definitely reeled back to my days in the Mazda Miatas around this track and spending a lot of times and taking some of the knowledge that I know from that to here, but Joe definitely had something that I did not have figured out tonight, and so congratulations to him.
Congratulations to you as well. Coming in second, 5 point, I believe that is 8.56 behind the leader. One fantastic effort regardless. Congratulations, and hope to see more of you next week.
Thank you, of course.
You as well. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Let's get Ashton Hayward in here, and we'll call it a night. Ashton Hayward, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Ashton, congratulations on a fantastic P3 out here tonight at historic Lime Rock Park. Had a great battle towards the end there between you and Krishan Elliott for that third place spot. Talk us through it.
I think it was just tire wear. I think Krishan kind of faded out just a little bit. I think he was faster than me on fresh tires, but as the race went on, he just kind of faded.
Well, I'd say it worked out for you pretty well in the end. Congratulations once again on the P3. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I just want to shout out my teammates. DNS Motorsports. It was our first race together.
All right.
That's
Thanks
it.
for joining us up in the booth, and hope to see more of you in the future.
Thank you. You too.
Well, folks, you've spent a perfectly good hour with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us tonight. This broadcast is brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse, weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. The broadcast also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name's Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This has been the Wild West Racing League ARCA series here on Tier 1 Studios and YouTube at historic Lime Rock Park. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built one. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Setup shop Tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs with the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, Yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles, turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1. Set up shop, Tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1, set up shop. Yeah, see you in Victory Lane. Tier 1, set up shop. Tier 1. Tier 1.